Bible study. God will speak into your life. I have put the title as Prayer Can Change Things. Prayer Can Change the Circumstance. Today I am sharing with you from the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 24. I will read from 23 to downwards. I put the title as Prayer Can Change Things. Jacob took them, sent them over the brook, and sent over what he had. Then Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. 1 minute, let me check whether everything is going well. So, God is great. You can like the video, you can share the video, you can share the video to other groups and to your friends. I'm checking 1 minute. So God bless everyone. This is a Bible study. I have started from the book of Genesis and reached chapter 32 so far. I will be highlighting the verses that is giving a breakthrough that is good for our ministry. So greater things we will see, and I'm just checking whether everything that is giving a breakthrough that is good for our ministry. Praise the Lord. Greater things we will see, and just okay. So let me come back. I was checking whether here Jacob is alone. So welcome everyone. Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the breaking of day. You know these verses very well. So we can see that it was the angel of the Lord. A man wrestled with him, and now when he saw that he did not prevail against him, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint, and he wrestled with him. So it is a powerful word, you know. And he said, "Let me go, for the day breaks." But he said, "I will not let you go unless you bless me." So he said to him, "What is your name?" He said, "Jacob." And he said, "Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have struggled with God and with men and have prevailed." So my subject is prayer can change things. So there is a word in the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5:17. It is saying, pray without ceasing. You should not stop praying. Continuously pray. You open your mouth and continuously pray in tongues. Definitely you will see healing. You will see changes. You will see deliverance. You will not be stagnant. Don't stop. Open your mouth without stopping and pray in tongues. So here also Jacob is fighting. Fighting means he is praying with the angel of the Lord. So what is saying? Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him until the break of day. So there is a spiritual meaning that he is praying. He is not stopping the praying, and God is listening to the prayer. And what we can understand, he did not prevail against him. Now, when he saw that he did not prevail against him, that means God has to answer. That you should. There is a word I will take you to the book of Hebrews. Then I will come back to this word. When you pray without stopping, God has to answer you. You know that is what it is saying. Hebrews. Let me take you to that word. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 4. What it is saying? You have not yet resisted to bloodshed, striving against sin. That means your prayer should be like that. You have not yet resisted to bloodshed, striving against sin. That means you have to pray very hard. How Jesus prayed? When Jesus prayed, The sweat came in the form of blood. The sweat, the color of sweat came in the form of blood. That means he was praying very hard. At the same time, the other disciples, Peter, John, and James, Jesus took them also to pray with him, but they were not praying. They are sleeping. So they are sleeping. So what happened? Jesus came and said to them, Jesus was angry because Jesus took them along with him to pray with him. But what happened? They were not praying. Jesus found them sleeping, and Jesus said, "If you keep awake and pray, you will be blessed. Lest you will be tempted by the devil." So you keep alive and pray, unless you will be tempted. So some people are saying we are praying, but they have no aggressiveness. Some people are coming to church. They are coming. You must be sober, aggressive. Then only your prayer will be answered. Some people are giving their prayer request to somebody else, like a contract, and they are taking rest. They cannot even pray. They have submitted their prayer request to somebody. Some people think that giving some offering or money and telling a man of God, you pray, they will pray. No, but you have to pray. You have to work hard. That is what he's saying. You have not resisted to bloodshed, striving against sin. You have to pray very hard. You should not stop praying. Say, I am coming back to the Genesis chapter 32 where we started. There we can see, now when he saw that he did not prevail against him, so God has sent an angel, and there we can see Jacob is praying, but he is not stopping the prayer. He is striving hard. So that is what we can understand. It is a spiritual meaning. He did not prevail, so he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hips was out of joint as he wrestled with him. So when you go to the next level, there will be some godly sorrow. How many that is here it is a godly sorrow. He touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint. So there is pain. How many of you understand? There is a pain. That is a godly sorrow. Godly sorrow is for a blessing. When you pray and pray, you are not seeing any result, but you should not stop praying. You should not lose hope. You have to continuously pray. Then you will see some pain or something like that. Here he is praying, but what is happening? He is not seeing the blessing, but what the angel of the Lord did, he touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint, and he wrestled with him. So now what happened? So our prayer should be like that. uh, Here God wanted to live, but Jacob is not allowing him to live. So in the last moment, what did he? Touched the socket of his hip, and the socket of Jacob's hip was out of joint. So that is a godly sorrow. A pain has come. That is for a blessing. So we can see that after that his name was changed. After this prayer, his name was changed from Jacob to Israel. But on the other side, there was a pain in the hip. How many of you understand? So some failures are there before a blessing comes. Here, God wanted to. Jacob is praying very hard without ceasing. Jacob is praying, and God want to bless Jacob. God want to change his name from Jacob to Israel. That is a change. We can say Abraham. God wanted to bless Abraham more, so God told Abraham, "Your name is no more Abram. Your name is Abraham." Likewise, God will change the name. God changed the name for a blessing. I have ministered in this Bible study. When you go to the previous Bible study videos, you can see one of the video was God changing the name. Likewise here, God changed the name Jacob into Israel, but there was a pain there. That is what we can do. It is a godly sorrow. Sometimes some sorrow will come in your life. That is for a blessing to come in future. So you should not. Some people when they fail, when they go through the pain, they will think that we have been praying. Then why it happened? So some people maybe it is those who are acquainted with such people. When you pray and pray, nothing is happen, and your own people might say, why you are praying and nothing is happening? And moreover, failures are coming, but that failure will end in goodness. Here Jacob was praying and praying, but there was some problem in his hip, and the angel of the Lord touched the hip, the socket of the hip, and it was out of joint. So there was a pain, but he did not stop praying. So he was more having more faith. So God changed the name. How many of you understand? So when you pray and pray, so maybe you are not seeing any blessing, but there will be a pain, or there will be a suffering, there will be a loss. Even if when you are more sincere, when you are more faithful to the Lord, when you are keeping more holiness, maybe you are not seeing any success, more and more pain are coming, but in the end you will see success. That is what we can understand. So don't stop praying, don't lose hope, you don't lose faith. You continuously pray without ceasing, and definitely your life will change. God want to bless you. So this is the word that I am sharing with you. So there may be a godly sorrow may come, but don't stop your prayer life. Don't stop your holy life, because God will definitely bless you. Definitely you will see the blessing. So this is the word that I am sharing with you. Happy to see everyone. So a prayer can change the life, and it is not an ordinary prayer. Many are praying. When I started praying, I was praying like this, and my mother was telling me, you are praying all the time. Why you are praying? Are you lazy? Do you want to go for work? Everything like that. But I was praying to get a breakthrough. So people think that praying is very easy. Praying is not easy. It is painful. Praying is painful, and we should be aggressive. We have to pray very hard. It is not easy. Some people think that praying, oh, he is praying, please pray. Praying is not easy. It is getting deliverance from God, getting the power from God. It is not easy. We have to work very hard. God will not listen to our prayer if we are not keeping holiness. So, without holiness, our prayers are not answered. Without peace in heart, our prayers are not answered. So, prayer is not easy, like as most of the people think. Prayer is very hard. It is very powerful. It will bring changes, and there will be a pain on the other side also. So this is the word that I am sharing with you. So tomorrow there will be no Bible study. I have a meeting here. Day after tomorrow there will be Bible study. God bless everyone. I'm praying for you. Praise the Lord.